Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Gigi with Gigi Loves Beauty too, and I'm back with another video. And I am finally doing another Shop My Stash video. I'm bringing them back. They are back, and I haven't filmed one of these in a year, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about and go through. So without further ado, let's get started with this video, y'all. Hi, how are you guys? Welcome back. I'm very happy to be doing a Shop My Stash video again. I apologize for the lighting. I'm downstairs in my basement. And as you all know, my basement is unfinished, but if you're new here, welcome to the crap show. But this is my new Shop My Stash organizational system. This one, you have seen this piece right here. All of these acrylic pieces came from Amazon right here. So I recently added this piece, and then these two pieces, they came in a set. And I really enjoy having the all acrylic. So that I could see everything, and you know, I worked everything out. Everything's nice and organized. I know where everything is at. And then over here, these are all of my brushes that I have down here. This is not all the brushes that I own. This is just the ones that I'm keeping downstairs. I have more brushes in there. I have palettes over here. And then in this container, I got this black container from TJ Maxx. I just have some wipes in here, some supplies, a headband, a small mirror, my fan, and then I have lashes back there. So let's go ahead, let's do a recap. Spoiler alert, this is gonna be a long video, so I know y'all hate when us YouTubers say this, but go ahead, get you a drink and a snack, get yourself set up, because it's gonna be a long one. Let's go through the products and what I have in each drawer. So starting here at the top, because it's been a while since I filmed y'all. So starting here at the top, I just have, sorry about that mirror, let me move that. I just have some contact solution and a holder and some Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. Over here, I have lip liners in here, which I'm probably not going to make too many changes to this. And then I also have some clear gloss. This is just for lip prep. I have a few new ones that I recently grabbed that I really like. This e.l.f. cream gel liner in dark cocoa is amazing. I picked up this one from the Dollar Tree. I haven't tried it yet. And what other ones do I really like new to my collection? The Maybelline lifter liner. What shade is this? Oh, I have it covered up. I don't know what shade this is. I'll get the shade. Just give me 1 second. This is in the shade Cross the Line. So this is a darker brown, and I really like this lip liner. This is a nice lip liner from the drugstore. Most of the liners in here are going to be affordable. I do have a few high ends in here that I've either gotten from a subscription box or that I've had and bought from Sephora. If you're new here, I recently got laid off from my job, so I'm putting myself on a strict no buy on any high ends, high dollar purchase makeup. If I do purchase anything, it has to be at a steep discount, or from the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. All right, so let's go in here. This drawer right here has my powders, setting powders for the face. So I've got 2 pressed powders and I've got 2 loose powders, and then these powders back here I use to set like eyeshadow. So I got this Maybelline Fit Me powder in Natural Tan, and I have the Urban Decay All Nighter, and they both have huge pans in them. So I just use those to set eyeshadow primer if I choose to. And we have the Dominique Cosmetics translucent setting powder. I'm gonna take that out. Dermalect powder. So this powder I'm actually gonna keep in. This is my go-to setting powder for the summertime, just because this lasts for 16 hours. It says it lasts for 16 hours. When I wear makeup all day long, this combined with my foundations makes my foundation last all day long. So I'm actually going to keep this in here, but I am going to take out these 2. So I had the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in light medium. Oh my god, y'all, these are so freaking gorgeous. I'm so upset that e.l.f. discontinued them, but I don't know if you can see. Do you see the rings in there? I am about to hit pan. I have used these products for the most part for the past 2 months. I have switched some products out, but this powder in particular I've had in here since May. And as you can see, I got a really good dip going in there. And then this is the Fenty Powder Foundation in 360. And I really enjoy that. I've worn off most of the embossing, so those powders are going to come out. Next, we have this drawer right here. I keep a paper towel over here just so I can catch messes. Next, we have this drawer over here, and in this drawer, I keep my powder, blush, bronzer, and highlighter that I chose for the month. So I think I'm pretty much going to take all of these out. So we have the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Pink Buttercream. I just got this and did content with it. It's beautiful. Another e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. This one is in Dark Deep, however. And I've got a nice dip going in there. Ooh, you can almost see the ring on that too. This is beautiful. They discontinued these powders a long time ago, and I bought several backups when I found them for super duper cheap. I love these. I hate that they discontinued them, but that's going back. e.l.f. highlighter in Moonlit Pearls. Oh my god, y'all, I picked this up for like $2 or $3 some time ago. I seriously slept on this highlighter. It is so gorgeous, especially with cool tone looks. Then we have the Estee Lauder highlighter. This is in Heat Wave. Milani highlighter in Bellissimo Bronze. I brought this down here to go with one of my liquid blushes, which I'll get to in a second. Let me not go out of order. The Essence The Blush in Befitting. Beautiful mauve tones blush that I used on top of a liquid. e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Always Spicy. Classic. Dose of Colors Supreme Glow Highlighter in Royal Hotness. Let's open this up so you see. This was like my deep, like bronzy highlighter. Absolutely love that. So yeah, we're taking everything out of here. Now let's move on to this section. Okay, this section right here has my setting sprays. I've got brow products. I've got brow products in here, lash glue, eyeshadow primer in here. My lip products are in this drawer. Back here are my brow products, which I'm going to take these out and show them to you. So we have the e.l.f. I'm sorry about the lighting, y'all. Let's move my camera down here. It's probably better. Not the e.l.f. The Essence Fixing Brow Mascara. My e.l.f. Clear Brow Wax. My Give Beauty Pencil in 6. The Essence Make Me Brow. And the Juvia's Place brow pen. I'm actually gonna leave this down here. Y'all excuse my nails, okay? I got them done a while ago and the gel is coming off. It is what it is. Okay, we had the e.l.f. pomade. This is a medium brown. That's coming out. I'll show you what it looks like. Got some good use out of that pomade. My 2 setting sprays that I used were the e.l.f. All-Nighter. Not all-nighter. The e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I love this. This is so good. As you can see, I got really nice use out of both of these. And then this one is the Dear Midnight Setting Spray. I got Set to Last setting spray. And I got this in one of my Ipsys. Those are both coming out. This is an EOS lip balm. That's always going to stay in there. And then in here, this drawer, we have the e.l.f. Brow Lift Wax. I'm going to pull that out. I am going to keep this in though. This is MAC Paint Pot in Laying Low, and this is one of my favorite like skin tone eyeshadow primers, and I've got some good use on it. I'm going to keep that in. This makes sure my eyeshadow stays on, and then the glues are going to stay in here too. NYX glitter glue, and then I'm continuing to test the Ioni lash glues that I found at Dollar Tree for $1.25. Now these are all of my lip products, and these 2 are the only lip products that I did not get to. So this e.l.f. gloss in Moody and the Fenty HBIC, I did not get to use those, but I used everything else in here. So we've got Glow Reviver Lip Oil and Honey Talks. These 2 lip glosses here from e.l.f. We have the shades, let me see. These are the lip lacquers. I just dropped one. These are the lip lacquers. They're really cheap. The Glow Reviver Lip Oil in Blackberry Sorbet. Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is a dupe for the Summer Friday lip balm. Beautiful. Love it. Highly recommend. Danessa Myricks Glaze. That's the clear one. My Fenty's. The Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks. Sorta Selfish and Spice Cold. This Fluid Liquid Lipstick in Candy Bar. Another e.l.f. Glow Revival Lip Oil. This one is in Candy Coated. And then I have 3 Gift Beauty lip products in here. These 2 are matte lipsticks. I think one is an Original Me and Old School Me. Right? Yeah. No, Lovable Me and Old School Me. And then this is a vinyl in Original Recipe. And this is a beautiful, like, vinyl shiny red. So all of those lip products are coming out. There's a theme to my Shop My Stash. For this year, I'm doing an alphabet theme Shop My Stash, where I pick, you know, certain letters of the alphabet, and I pick products either where the brand or the shade name, the palette name, something in that product starts with a certain letter of the alphabet. So for this round of products, I picked products that started with D, E, F, and G. And the next time around, I'm going to go H, I, J, and K. So that's why I chose what I chose. However, some products I'm going to keep in that do not go with the alphabet that are staples, like the Derma Blend powder, that's going to stay in. All of my lip liners don't count. My eyeliners and eye pencils, the crayons like this, those don't count. But, you know, most of the products that I pick are going to follow that rule. So with that being said, all of these complexion products are actually going to stay in. So I'll show you what they are. This is the Revlon Color Stay Liquid Makeup. This is the normal to dry version in 300. And this is the Fenty Easy Blur Eavesdrop Skin Tint in 17. I mix these 2 together in the summer. I always go for these in the summer. If I want more full coverage by itself, I use this by itself. If I just want a light coverage, I use this. And then if I want just a medium coverage, I will mix the 2 together. They are wonderful, but they are staying in. Also staying in are my e.l.f. Hydrating Concealers in Tan Walnut and Tan Walnut and Tan Neutral. This is my brightening shade. This is like a more skin tone shade. I've been loving these. I want them to stay in. However, coming out is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. And this is in Tan Bronze. And I really did like this. But I'm going to try something else for a liquid bronzer. And we're going to pull out the other liquid blushes that I had. So I had these in here, the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blushes. I have, let's see, Bronze Bombshell, which is this one. This one is Cool Berry, I believe, right here. And then I had the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush, and this one is in Ballet Slippers. So these are coming out. For my eyeshadow primers, these have been working for me, so I'm going to keep these in. I have the e.l.f. one, the Glam Light one, ColourPop, and this is the Glam Light White one for like really colorful looks. So those are all going to stay, but I am going to take out these palettes. So let's look at the palettes that I'm going to take out. So I had Flower Beauty Desert Lights in for the month. My face palettes, I had the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette. And as you can see, I got some really good use on that, especially this shade. I used this shade for my nose. I mixed these 2 shades together for my face. I really don't use that shade that much, but this is a really nice, affordable bronzing palette. And then I also had the Nude Highlighter Palette. This did not follow the alphabet rule, but I pulled these in because I thought they'd be a nice complement to each other for some pastel looks. This is the Ace Beauté Whimsical Bloom. I got this in one of my Ipsy's, and I paired it with the Nomad Tokyo Harajuku. Yeah, I enjoyed doing those together. And then for my neutral looks, I dipped into this several times, the Dominique Cosmetics Essential Palette. And it's just a basic neutral palette, all matte on the bottom, all shimmers on top. My only issue with this palette, hello. My only issue with this palette is these 2 shades right here are a little light. I would have loved to have, instead of this shade, I would like to have another deeper brown. So I will have to pull in my bronzer or a deeper brown with this palette. That's my only downside to this, but other than that, I really loved it. And then these two palettes right here were my shimmer companions that I had. The Makeup by Yolanda Paint Me Chrome. I pulled this in. I only did one look, and I used those two shades right there, including that. And then this is my palette that I have of indie singles. I have a brow bone shade from Viseart in here. I have two shades from an Inslee Rain palette. And then I have this shade right here from Ofra. This shade right here is from Glam Shop. And then these two shades right here are from the Pastel Roses. So I always like to keep a curated indie single or single shadow palette down here as a complement to some of my other eyeshadows. Okay, up here, these are where I put some more like single potted shadows and some liquid shadows to play with. So I think for the most part, well, I'm going to take out the two liquids. So I had the Eloise, this is Pure Gold, I think. Yeah, Pure Gold. And then I had the Fenty. I never used the Fenty. I did use this a few times. Those are coming out. My Mora, I have several shades of these that I chose. The only one that I used were this one and this, and this one. So I used Showtime. I think this one is called Just Right. And this one is called Eureka. Right? Yeah, for a cool tone. I'm going to keep in Eureka because one of the palettes I'm pulling in, I like to use that as a topper. So I'm going to keep in Eureka. But I'm going to take the rest of these out because I'm going to pull in some ColourPop Super Shocks instead. This Nakia Joy, I had this Nakia Joy shadow in here. And this was an Inferno. I'm going to put that back and possibly pull another one. These two shades I'm going to keep in here. These are from SL Miss Glam. This is I use this as a brow bone highlight. I do not like to use shimmer shadows on my brow bone anymore. I always use a light matte shade now. And so I have this one here, and then I also have the one in my singles palette. So those two, if a palette is missing a brow bone shade, I can use those. And then this is just a silver. And I'm going to keep that in here as well. And then this is the Gloss Gods Loose Shadow in Pink Cloud, which I didn't get to use. So I think I'm going to keep this in here as well. Because I love the idea of this like iridescent pinky blue shade for the summer as a companion shade. This drawer right here just has in my sponges. Here, let's move this up so you can see where I'm going with this. Okay, this any single shadow, I'm gonna keep these in here. The next drawer has my primers. So for primer, I had the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer, which is actually going to stay in. I use this in my T-zone. I actually really like that. The Danessa Myricks, if you're new here, this is my all-time favorite primer for the center of my face. I finished this originally, and then I bought a full size, and I refilled it with some of the primer from the full size, and I've hit pan again. So this right here, this is magic in a jar. I love that. And then I have the my Too Faced primers I chose were the Essence Jelly Grip Primer. I like really gripping primers, and then this one is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Primer. So I got some really good use out of both of these, but I'm going to put this back. This is just a like setting spray that I use to wet shadow, and then I have an extra pair of contacts in there. This drawer just has some micellar water, some regular water to wet shadows, and some hand sanitizer. So that's what's in there. Let's go back up. And here I have my eyeliners. These are like my colorful eyeliners for the pretty much. So I have all of the ones that I own from Moira, the multi-chrome eyeshadows. The multi-chrome eyeliners. I love these. So these are going to stay in, and I also have some other eyeliners in here to complement it. Pencil liners. I always make sure I have a black, a brown, a nude, which is this one here. And then I have my colorful multi-chromes, and then I have some other colors in here to go with it, along with the pencil sharpener. So that's what's in this top drawer. These are where more of my nude eyeliners are, my crayons. So like that's the black, the brown, or no, these are both black, right? Yeah, these are both black. I keep the black ones here. And then I've got I got a couple from NYX in here. I got some Laura Mercier. I have this e.l.f. Cookies and Dream one. This is Laura Mercier as well, Pure Nova. This one is e.l.f. as well. This is e.l.f. Copper Chic. This is probably one of my favorite ones for like a one and done type look. I love to put this all over the lid and then top it with like a more iridescent shadow. That is gorgeous. This drawer right here has my mascaras. I'm not changing anything about my mascara. So we have the, ooh, what is going on this? Sorry about that, y'all. So this is the AOA Studio Lengthening Mascara, the Il Makiage Black Card Mascara. If you're wondering what these stickers are, I put on here the month and the year that I open them, and then no matter what, in 6 months' time, I chuck the mascara. I have a waterproof version of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. The Ioni Lengthening Mascara with Fibers. This was recommended by my girl Jessica from Jessica the Dollar Diva. She said this is the best mascara at the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to try it, so there is that one there. And then I have this waterproof mascara from Sephora, the Big by Definition, and then also the Benefit Fan Fest Mascara. The last and final drawer over here is where I keep some of my cream products. So let's go through these. Oh my gosh, my stash. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way I'm taking out. Okay, so we have the Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. Now this palette does not look like it came. It had a blush shade right here that I did not like. It was way too light for me, so I took it out and I put in here a contour instead. I mixed two colors together and put a contour. I love these two shades in the middle. These are the ones I use the most. This shade right here, I still have yet to try. It's a little deep, but I did get some good use out of that palette. This I absolutely love. This is the Give Beauty Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo in Super Hot. This was gifted to me by my girl Andy from Andy Duff Stuff. I used the mess out of this for the past 2 months and I absolutely love it. I used this so much, like it got really messy around here and I had to clean it up, but this is beautiful. Love this, but I'm gonna put it back. Also really loved the Melt Daydreamer Cream Blush Light. This was beautiful. Got some good use out of that as well. And then I topped it with Fenty Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. I would wear those together a lot. And then I did pull down Patrick Ta. She's Adorable. I think I pulled this to go with one of my e.l.f. liquid blushes. I only used this maybe once or twice, but that was nice. And then I just have a color corrector and a liquid highlighter. The color corrector I'm going to keep in. This is in... this is the peach one. So this is my brightening color corrector that I use under my eye. And then this was a new highlighter that I found at Dollar Tree. It is in First Light. And it had one of those sponge tip applicators, but I take those off. I always take those off. I do not like them. I do not like them. No ma'am, I do not like them. Same I am. But yeah, I did use this once or twice, but I'm gonna put that back. Last but not least is the rest of the eyeshadow. This palette is actually gonna stay in because I just received this from Gourmand Girls. I'm actually so super blessed and excited to be on their PR list, and they sent me this palette. This is their new Mocha Moment palette. It actually, as I'm filming this palette releases, by the time you guys see this, this palette is going to be released already. I have a reel on my Instagram swatching it. I've done a look already with this palette and I want to play with it more. So I'm going to keep that down here. This is not typically part of my stash. Whenever I get PR from them, I just keep it down here so that I can use it. I did pull the ColourPop Getting Fresh palette. I love this color story, even though I only used this once, but this time around, but I love this palette. I love the color story of that. Glam Light Michaela. This is the Pot 2. I've got this one, and then I pulled the Visionary. Sorry about that, knocked my stand. I pulled the Visionary palette from Playing to Make It by Yolando down here because I wanted some of the deeper mattes to go with the Dominique Cosmetics palette because that palette just didn't go deep enough for me. And then the chromes in here are stunning. but we're gonna put that back as well. So now that I have went over everything that is in my Shop My Stash, or was in my Shop My Stash, what's leaving, what's staying, let's go upstairs to my Shop My Stash, to my makeup collection, and let's pull out some new makeup for the month of July. But first, I'm going to insert a slideshow of some photos of some of the looks that I did using some of this makeup. So enjoy the slideshow, and when we come back, we will pick makeup for the month of July. Okay, so we are at the 2 furniture pieces that I use to store all of my makeup. All of my makeup are in these 2 furniture pieces right here. Excuse the mess. I have an 11-month-old baby, so if you see baby stuff sporadically around, it is what it is. Okay, I'm a real mom, and it's impossible for me to keep my room clean with an 11-month-old who just likes to destroy everything. Anyway, if you are new to any of my Shop My Stash videos, I like to choose my eyeshadow palettes first, and then I pick the rest of the products to go around the palette. So let's start there. Again, I have an alphabet theme for this year, and this time around we're going to pick products with H, I, J, and K in mind. So we're going to start up here. I have reorganized. I've been reorganizing. I've been decluttering. I've been doing all kinds of stuff since the last time that I did a Shop My Stash video. So this is probably going to look very different from, it might look very different from the last time you've seen any of these videos, but I don't know why that's over there. This first part houses some eyeshadow. I decluttered literally all of my Juvia's Place palettes except for this one. So speaking of J for Juvia's, oh, actually, let me start up here. So I have some backup foundations. I have my brushes up here. This hasn't changed much. I used to keep my cream blush up here, but I switched and I have this thing up here, and I keep all of my mascaras in here. And this thing is heavy and it is full. And I know it's a lot of mascara, but again, I love makeup and I love mascara. And my daughter, Charlotte, uses mascara like crazy, so I always like to keep a fully stocked supply of mascara on hand for her. Anyway, let's start picking the palettes. First up, I'm going to pick the Juvia's Place Wahala palette. We have to choose that because it starts with J, and it's the only Juvia's Place palette that I kept. I'm also going to, I'm looking for the I for It's All Good from ColourPop. Let's grab that. I have a thing for large eyeshadow palettes. And then I'm also going to grab the Iconic London palette right here. This is the Booming and Gleaming palette, but we're going with Iconic London. I don't have any more Huda Beauty palettes. I decluttered all of those a while back. I don't think I'm going to pull anything else out of here. But just to show you, I got some Wonder Beauty up here. The ABHs that I decided to keep. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold pause. Jackie Aina. We got to grab Jackie. Jackie needs a place in my Shop My Stash. Jackie's a classic, and we need to pull her. So we're going to pull Jackie. I think I'm going to stop right there in this section. So let's move on to the next drawer. We have this top drawer, which has my smaller palettes and my eyeshadow primers, my single potted shadows, which I did reorganize, my liquid shadows and pigments and sparkly things, and then also my brow products. We're gonna start over here because I want to pull one, or wait, hold on. There's another Il Maquillage palette in here. Yeah, I want to grab this one. This is the Color Boss. I'm going to grab this one. When I get done grabbing all my palettes, I'm going to put them on the bed so you can see all the color stories. But I'm going to grab that one. I think that's going to be it for over here. I'm not grabbing any eyeshadow primer because I have several downstairs already. Let's grab a one of these. Do I want one of these? Do I have anything that corresponds? H, I, J, and K. That's G. Well, actually, my singles and stuff, oh no, that don't count. My singles and stuff like this probably is not going to count towards the alphabet. But the alphabet shot my stash. Yeah, I have Galaxy, Gravity. I have Meteorite. Oh, that's beautiful. I think I'm going to grab Meteorite. Actually, no. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. Because I have the Gloss Gods loose pigment that I didn't use yet. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm actually going to leave this alone and just keep what I have down there. So as far as brow products are concerned, I don't really know if I have a brow product. Because I literally just have multiples of the same stuff that I like. So this might not follow the alphabet rule, if I'm being honest. So I'm just going to go through this. I'm going to pick something out of here and I'll be right back. To the realization that I'm not going to be able to adhere all the way to the alphabet thing when it comes to brow products. So I'm just going to pick what I want to use. And so I'm going to go with the LA Colors Brow Pencil in black. Yeah, black. We're going to go with that as my brow pencil. And then in here, I'm going to use the NYX Brow Glue in dark brown. I'm going to pull that out of here. I haven't tried this one yet. That's going to be my glue out of here. I don't think I'm going to pick a pomade because I have the tinted glue. And I have the Juvia's Place Brow pen. And then as far as a clear setter, I'm going to go with the AOA Studio Hold My Brow Clear Brow Soap. And so those are going to be my brow products. Now, as far as my single potted shadows, I'm going to go with, I want my Color Pops. So there's two that I'm looking for, my most popular ones. Let me see. Lightning Bug. Yeah, let's go with Lightning Bug. And then I'm also going to go with, not Blogger. Or do I want Blogger? No, I don't want Blogger because there's a gold in, Blogger is a beautiful gold. But there's gold in one of the palettes that I'm going to pick out of my palette drawer. So, yeah, I want a little quirky. A little quirky. So I'm going to go a little quirky and Lightning Bug for Color Pop. And then I also have that other one that's down there that I'm going to use. So that'll be it for that. I don't think I'm going to pick any liquid shadow. I'm not going to pick any liquid shadow this time. Where am I? Maybe do I want this one? The Misha Beauty in Magnifique. That could be nice. Let's go with it. I used to have so many more liquid eyeshadows and I decluttered a ton of them. So now I feel really good about what I have. So I'm going to pull this one. And I think that's going to be it for this drawer. Now we're going to go to drawer number 2, which is my Big Daddy eyeshadow palette drawer. Which has been decluttered, rearranged, and changed. I love how it looks. I put some of my Blend Bunny palettes down here, back here. I just love how it looks. Since I've been decluttering my collection, I just love how it looks now. So I'm only going to pull 2 palettes out of this drawer. First one being a Mothership. We're going to go with Utopian Dream. And then from Nomad, we're going to go with the Ireland Wild Atlantic Way. Those are the only 2 palettes that I'm going to pull from this drawer. Okay, so here are the color stories of all of my eyeshadow that I chose. Now, mind you, I do have 2 other palettes downstairs from Beauty Bay that I always keep down there just in case. But I might not need to dip into them this time. So, but these are the color stories. And I really like what I have pulled this time around. So now let's go ahead, let's go through the rest of my makeup collection and pull some more makeup to go with the eyeshadow. Now we're moving on to drawer number 3, which is my foundation, concealer, and powder drawer. This is, I mean, it's my complexion drawer. I know it looks like I have a lot. I do have a lot still, but I'm not going to pick any foundation because I showed you guys. I'm not going to pick any foundation or concealer because I showed you guys that I have what I like. But I have decluttered this, and I like the fact that even though I still have a lot, the stuff that I do have, I really, really like. Like if I was going to pick something towards the alphabet theme, I would pick the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Radiance Foundation. And I would mix this with something. Possibly the Maybelline Super, maybe this Maybelline Super Stay. Or no, I have to go with the theme. H, I, J, and K. I don't know if I have any other foundations that go with that theme, though. Honestly. I really don't think that I do. I have a lot of foundations from, like, the same brand because I like what I like. Yeah, we have Anastasia, number 7, Smith & Co. Yeah, the only foundation that I have from a brand that starts with the letter J is the Juvia's Place, and I can't use this by itself, so I'm not going to change what I have. In concealer, I think same thing. I do have the Juvia's Place concealers. I could swap out my ColourPops for the Juvia's Place concealers. Not the ColourPops, the Elf Camo, because I used those for 2 months. And yeah, you know what? I originally was not going to swap out my Elf Camo, but I am going to, and I'm going to put in the 2 Juvia's Place concealers. So I have the shade 12 and 14. So 14 is going to be the brightening shade, and 12 is going to be closer to my skin tone. So I'm going to do that. That's going to be it. I'm not pulling anything else from here. I am, however, going to switch out some powders. First thing I'm going to grab is the Huda Beauty Pound Cake Easy Bake Powder in Pound Cake. I'm going to grab the full size. And this is the older packaging. She has recently updated the packaging and also removed the scent. But I purchased this before she did that. So we're going to do that. I also have the mini guide right here, but I do not like that packaging. I'm just going to put on the full size and get some more use out of that. And then for pressed powder, I'm going to go with the Juvia's Place powder. This is the powder foundation in Cameroon. So those are the only 2 powders that I'm going to pull to replace the powders that are downstairs, I believe. So just as a review, for powders under my eye, setting powder under my eye, I prefer a loose powder over a pressed powder. I will use a pressed powder if I need to, but I prefer a loose powder. That's why I have so many. And then for my face powder, which I did recently declutter this too, I prefer a pressed powder over a loose powder. So the opposite of under the eye is what I like for the face. As you can see, I don't have that many loose powders for my face. I decluttered a lot of them. Most of what I have is pressed powder, and it's all pressed powder that I love. So that's it for this drawer. Let's move on to the next. I'm so sorry. You know what I forgot to pull out of here? Out of my 3rd drawer? This darn Kosas powder. This powder is beautiful. So guess what? I'm pulling this too. This is the Cloud Set Powder in Softly. Oh my God, this right here is perfect for the summer, especially with the Fenty Skin Tint. Oh my God, this will be gorgeous. So yeah, I'm pulling this powder too, because that's what I want to do. Moving to drawer number 4. So this drawer just has my lip balms and lip treatments, lip oils, that sort of thing. Clear lip gloss, because I consider that a treatment. So all my clear lip glosses and masks and scrubs and stuff are here. I also have some liquid eyeliners here. All of my eyeliners are here. I have my black and any liquid liner is back here. My nude shades, neutral shades of lip liners and eyeshadow sticks are here. And then my colorful eyeliners are right here. So I'm not pulling anything out of here. I have everything that I need already downstairs. So the new thing that I have done is I have moved all of my cream products right here. And so I have all of my cream bronzers This is a cream contour palette that I use to make other stuff. This is also a cream contour palette. I have my stick foundations and liquid concealers and things that I use as cream bronzer and cream contour. I have all of my cream and liquid blushes right here in this area. And then this is all of my liquid highlighter, and these are my specialty powder highlighters that are in limited edition packaging. So we're actually going to start over here. Did I pull a liquid? No, I didn't pull a liquid highlighter. I actually took it out. I don't know if I'm going to pull one this time around. I might grab a loose highlighter, but it's not in this drawer. The one I'm thinking of is the Artist Couture in Illuminati. And I used to keep them in here, but I put it back in my highlighter drawer. So I don't think I'm going to grab a liquid highlighter this time around, because I don't know if I have anything that goes with the theme. Or I might. Actually, I do. Hold on. Hold pause. I think I have the shade Halo Goodbye in here from Wet n Wild. Right? I know I do, actually. There's a shade called Halo Goodbye. Yep. This one right here. So I'm actually going to pull that for a liquid highlighter. Let's put the rest of these back. Oh, and just a little update. This right here, I just recently picked up from Walmart. It was on clearance for like $2.50. This is the Maybelline Sunkissed Blush, and it's in the shade Electric Bronze. But this is not a blush for me. This is a really nice bronze highlighter. So that's what I'm going to, highlighter. A liquid highlighter. So that's what I'm going to use that as. And I actually also depotted my About Face liquid highlighters into these two. And I made two different custom shades. So this one is a light version, and this one is a deep version. So that's what that means. I also took all of the little sponges off of my Milani highlighters, because that's what I like to do. All right, so let's see. I don't think I have anything in here that I could pull. No, that's Positano Sunrise. Oh, wait a minute. This is, I said H-I-J and K, and this is Cow Pho Nijin Moonlight. And this is the Around the World highlighter from Nomad, and it's in the light purple. I mean, why not? Let's pull it. Let's pull it. Cream. Okay, so for cream bronzer, contour, cream blush, I'm going to just pull these two iconic London palettes right here in the back that I have customized. So I have the multi-use lip and cheek palette, and I have the multi-use cream blush, bronze, and highlighter palette. These two palettes I just recently customized, and I will open up and show you when I put these products over to the bed. I actually want to pull this right here from Glossier. It doesn't go with the theme, but this is the Cloud Paint Cheek Color in Dune, and I thought this would be a really nice, like, everyday blush. And I found this at Marshall's for like next to nothing. So I'm gonna pull that too. Yeah, that's it. That's the only other. Oh wait. And I want my Juvia's Place pink. Yes, my Juvia's Place pink blush lighter. This is in Pink Lady Glow. I want that as well. Now we are going to move on to drawer number 5, which is my bronzer, blush, and highlighter drawer. So starting over here, these are all of my powder bronzers, and I did rearrange this drawer. So this is all of my powder bronzers, whether it's high-end or drugstore. All of my powder bronzers are here. This is all affordable blush right here. And this right here is all high-end blush and highlighter. And then over here should be all affordable highlighter. Well, there's high-end highlighter in here too, but this should be all highlighter. This is all highlighter. This is a mix of high-end blush and highlighter. This is all drugstore blush, and this is all of my bronzers. So let's start over here with the powder bronzers. I already know which ones I'm going to pull. Sorry about the camera. So I'm gonna go back here I'm gonna grab both my Juvia's Place bronzer palettes, or bronzer duos. I have the dark one and the tan one. So I'm gonna pull both of those. That's it for powder bronzer. I'm not grabbing any other powder bronzer. For affordable powder blush, I'm just gonna grab the same, the Juvia's Place Blushed Volume 1. I'm gonna grab that. Look at that. Oh my God, gorgeous. Gorgina, Gorgina, Gorgina. I'm gonna grab that. H, I, J, and K. H, I, J, and K. Do I have anything else in here I could pull? Oh, Ione. So I've got this one, which is Baby Rose. And then I have this peach one. So I'm gonna grab those because I need some options to go over top of those cream blushes. So I'm gonna grab those two as well. Let's move over here. Do I have anything? Oh yeah, I have a loose highlighter. I think it's this one. Oh, Concealer. I thought I had Illuminati. I guess I don't. Okay, well, I thought I had one of these in the shade Illuminati, and I was gonna pull that, but I don't. So I'm not going to pull it. Oh, H, okay. Laura Mercier highlighter in Highlight 01. Let's grab that. That goes with H. Let's see what else. Oh, Kosas. I'm gonna do this Kosas blush. I just received this. This is the Hype Blush is Life. This is a nice pink glowy blush. This would actually go really good with that Juvia's Place liquid blush. Yes, we're gonna pull that. Sorry, I'm like really into my makeup right now. I'm really into using what I have. H, I, J, and K. I don't think I have anything else I could use out of here. Oh, I have this half caked blush, but honestly, I'm not gonna pull this in because I never ever use it. So, although this would be the time to use it. Because it's summer. I got this so long ago, but I can't bring myself to declutter it, yet I still haven't used it. You know what? I'm going to pull it in, and I'm going to force myself to use it. Now let's move on to highlighter. Let's see. So Golden Glow. I said H, I, J, and K. H, I, J, and K. I might have to deviate from the rule for this one. Because there are so many highlighters in here that I want to try, that I want to use. Well, first things first is let's go with this Iconic London highlighter. This is the Universal highlighter. I actually think I'm going to get the majority of my highlighters from my face palettes. But I am going to also pull this one from Kylie Cosmetics. This is the only one that I kept. And this is an Ice Me Out. That's the only highlighters I'm going to pick this time around. Yeah. Soho, Common Garden. This is Glow Goals. What's this one? This just says medium. Yeah, I think I'm going to rely. Let me look at these and see if there's anything here. These are the Wet n Wild Hello Halo. I mean, I could pull any one of these because it says Hello Halo. Yeah, let's pick this one right here in Highlight Bling. And now I'm done with this drawer. Let's move over to the second furniture piece. All right, now we're over here to the second furniture piece. I'm actually going to skip this drawer altogether because I already have the eyeshadow that I want. So I'm going to skip this drawer. We're going to go right to the second drawer. So this has primer and backup powders, which I have no business buying, but this is what I was doing back in the day. I'm only going to grab one primer out of here, and it is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. So that's the only facial primer that I'm going to use because I have the Huda Beauty one already downstairs, and the Danessa Myricks. So those are the only primers I'm going to use. And this works really well with my foundations that I have currently down there already. This is a brand new one, and I have 2 backups in here. And I'm so, like, e.l.f. always discontinues their best products, and it really makes me upset. So anyway, let's move to the face palette drawer. I already know what I'm gonna pull out of here. I'm gonna pull my Hourglass. So not all of them, but I think I'm going to go with the Ambient Lighting Edit Universal Unlocked palette. I'm gonna pull that one, and then I'm also going to grab this Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 2. I rarely ever use this one. I always go for the deep one. So I'm gonna grab these 2 Hourglass palettes. Face palettes. I think that's all I'm gonna grab from here, y'all. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want that starts with the H, I, J, or K, and I really don't think so. H, I, J, or K. Oh, wait, Juvia's Place. I'm going to grab my favorite Juvia's Place blush palette, which is this one. The Volume 1. This is my favorite. This is my favorite one. I don't care. I know I have a ton of blush and highlighter, but I don't care. I'm going to grab that one too. All right, that's it for this drawer. This is my last drawer. I always like to show it. I'm not going to grab anything from it, but I like to show you guys what I have in here. So that's that. Oh my gosh, lip products. Okay. This right here is going to be difficult. However, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to grab this Juvia's Place gloss in So Glazed. I'm also going to grab, let me see. I wanted the pinky one. No, wait, which one's the pinky one? I feel like this one is the more pinky one. This is in Sis. Grab that one. And then, let's see. H, I, J, and K. I don't think there's anything in there that I want to grab. Just want to show you guys that. This is my lip gloss drawer. We're going to grab the Huda Beauty Faux Filler. I just got this in my Ipsy, so I'm going to grab that one. And then, what's in here? What is in here? Is there anything in here I can grab? I don't think so. I think the other lipsticks that I wanted to grab were actual lipsticks, and they were in my bottom drawer. Unless I have something in here from Iconic London that I forgot about. Let's see, Shayna B, MAC, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Well, hold on a second. This is Trace Luce, but this, the name, no, that's L. That doesn't count. Vulgar. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done in here. Let me get out of here and let's go to the next. Sorry that I am a hot mess expressing this video, but it is what it is. You gotta either love it or hate it, okay? This is my lipstick drawer. So I have my bullet lipsticks and my liquid lipsticks in this drawer, and I already know what I'm going to pull from this. I'm going to start with this right here. This Clean Color Master Stroke Lip Crayon. I've never used this. I want to try it, see if I like it. And then there's one lipstick in here from a brand called Ilamasqua that I have never ever used. Is it here? No, those are Plain to Makeup by Yolando. I know I didn't declutter it. Alright, let me find it real quick and then I'll show it to you. I know I didn't declutter it. I know I still have it. Now that I completely destroyed my lipstick drawer, this is it right here. This is from Ilamasqua and it's in the shade Midnight. So I'm going to pull that one. that goes by brand. And from here and here, I'm gonna grab my Havana Nights lipstick. This is gonna be like my boldish red color. And then I'll go ahead and, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay away from my drugstore this time and just pull from my high end. I have some Huda Beauties down here, and I'm gonna pull my nudes from Huda Beauty. So I have 2 nude shades that I want to use. The demi matte ones. Oh wait, no, that's a lip strobe. Where's the other demi matte that I have? I want to pull the nude ones. Yep, the 2 nude ones that I have. So I have, oh my God, the writing is so tiny. I have Revolutionaire and Provocateur. Those are the 2 nudes I'm going to pull from here. And I think that's it. I also want my Juvia's Place nude lipsticks. Where are they? These are my Sephora's. Yeah. My 2 Juvia's Place nude lipsticks in Kiwi and Toffee. They are within the alphabet because it's Juvia's Place. So I'm going to pull those 2. Now I am done with the bees. And now for the last drawer, which is my setting sprays. I know this drawer looks like a hot mess because my son keeps coming in here and messing with my sprays. And that's just what he likes to do. So I think, let's see, H, I, J, and K. I think the only one that I want to pull out of here, I really don't have a whole lot as far as, well, I have the Christoph. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2 setting sprays. The Christoph Buckle Power Lock setting spray. I'm going to pull that, but I have it in smaller packaging. So this bottle right here has this setting spray in it. So I'm going to pull that one. And then I'm also going to pull my Juvia's Place setting spray. I have not tried this yet, so I do want to try this. This is the Ready Set Sealed setting spray. So that's it. Those are the 2 setting sprays that I'm going to choose for my Shop My Stash. Y'all, so I'm going to go backwards. Here is everything that I have pulled for my Shop My Stash this month. Lippy products, setting sprays, highlighters, face palettes. I got a lot of face palettes this time around. Bronzer, blush, and highlighter, a ton. Now, I will say these cream highlighters right here, I feel like this highlighter doesn't belong. I think I'm going to put this back, even though it goes with the alphabet. I just feel like it doesn't belong with the color stories that I have created here. It's a lot of peaches and pinks and browns and oranges. So I'm going to put that one back. These 2 cream palettes from Iconic London, I actually revamped these just recently. I took out the shade that was here, and I added the Soul Body Cream Bronzer in Deep in here. So I have a more versed palette. And then in this palette from Iconic London, I took out the shade that was right here, and I added the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush in Bermuda. And I found that at Walmart on sale for $2. I decluttered it, and then I like when I saw it for $2, I was like, come back to me. So I put that in there, and that's just a tip for you guys. If you are, tired of your makeup collection, just revamp your products, take things out, replace shades, just do what you want to do with your collection. It's your collection. Use it how you want to. So yeah, here we go. Complexion, bronzers, concealer, primer, and then eyeshadows again. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack all this up, put it in there. I already put away all the old makeup, and let's get it downstairs and we'll take a look at my new Shop My Stash. Now, another thing that I neglected to tell you guys is I'm actually going to keep these products in for 2 months because I have pulled so much. I want to use this stuff all summer long. So yeah, I'm going to pull this in for 2 months. And so the next time that I film a Shop My Stash won't be until September. So let's pack this stuff up and bring it downstairs. All right, y'all, we got all of the new products in my Shop My Stash. Let's start over here. This is a book office organizer that I got from Amazon, and I use it for my larger palettes. So I've got all the large palettes that I chose in here, along with, this is a project that I'm working on. This is that Gourmand Girls palette. I'm actually gonna take that out and stick it towards the front. And then these are the two Beauty Bay palettes that I was talking about that I always keep down here, the nude and the bright. Like any color that I need is in this palette, and any nude shade that I need is in this palette. So I like to keep these two down here as like staples, but all the larger palettes are here. And then let's move over here. I showed you guys these, that hasn't changed. So here's what's in this drawer. I've got my cream and liquid blush and highlighter, and I've also got the smaller powder blush and highlighters in here. I needed like a bronze highlighter, so I kind of went off the cuff and pulled the NYX Butter Melt highlighter in butter and bronze, because I love to have like a deeper bronzy highlighter in my Shop My Stash for like everyday looks. I have the primers in here. I'm just going to show you guys the drawers that have changed products. This is that drawer that I have that has those smaller shadows. So I have the ColourPop shadows. I have the Il Makiage, sorry. The Il Makiage palette is sitting right in there. That's that. I got my Pat McGrath Utopian Dream, the Jackie Aina, and my Indie palette. My eyeshadow primer stayed the same. Complexion products, I just switched out the Juvia's Place concealers. I have all of my face palettes here. I decided to keep my face palettes here and my eyeshadow palettes elsewhere. So here's all the face palettes, the 2 Hourglass, Juvia's Place, and the 2 cream palettes from Iconic London, my custom palettes. Here's the setting sprays. Brow products are here. I chose to put these 2 lippies up here because they are too large to fit in the lippy drawer. This drawer actually stayed the same except for the brow soap that's right there. Here is all the other lip products that I chose in this drawer right here, with the exception of those 2. This drawer stayed the same. This is the drawer with my powders, Huda Beauty, Kosas, Juvia's Place, and Derma Blend. And then the last drawer is right here. I took my Juvia's Place palettes, the 2 bronzer palettes, the blush palette, the Laura Mercier highlighter, and my Iconic London highlighter. So the larger powder products I put right here. All right, so that is a wrap for my Shop My Stash. Again, I'm going to keep these products in here for 2 months. So the next Shop My Stash that I film will be in September. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are new here and you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure you follow me on my other social medias, Gigi Loves Beauty too. We'll put that handle right here. I'm more active on Instagram than I am over here. Make sure you follow me over there for regular updates. I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.